As a co-chair for the Leadership for Social Justice Conference, I helped interview for a committee, gather a committee. We created a speech. We spent over 20 hours formulating the speech, practicing the speech, and then 25 minutes delivering the speech, as well as looking for breakout session hosts and working with the committee members to work with interactive art projects, as well as facilitating discussion.
We also chose the name for our conference, which was Belonging to All and Meant for All, from the Pope's recent Laudato Si. And we also helped to select and got to meet our keynote speaker, VM Trong. I have certain limitations as a leader that require me to be able to let go a little bit more. So an example of this would be to trust my fellow committee members because they are stellar and competent, and instead of trying to micromanage what they do, it is better for the whole conference and for everybody's growth as student leaders and as professional individuals to give people room to grow.
I learned a lot about what's happening to the earth today, about the deforestation and like what's happening from palm oil and bycatch and what's happening in shrimp fisheries, and I learned all about the horrors that are happening because of ecological justice. But on that flip side, I've learned a lot about the hope and what people are doing, like Paris Agreement and like Pope's encyclical Laudato Si. Like there's a lot of hope to create change for our planet. And so I've learned about the problems, but I've also learned about how to fix it.
So formulating the Leadership for Social Justice Conference in general gives a sense of urgency and being informed about current events to the campus as a whole. So in previous years we've talked about immigration, and that brought current events to the forefront of the campus mind. And similarly, this particular conference allowed us to look at environmental justice and social justice and sustainability, which most of our campus is getting more engaged with now. And it also gave us a chance to think about sustainability and environmental justice in light of the recent political changes that have occurred in current events. So we've got this huge smorgasbord of people wanting to be engaged and wanting to know how they can make a difference. And I think that our conference was able to give people a feeling of empowerment and a feeling of knowledge sharing and a safe space to do that.
This experience definitely helped build leadership skills and build confidence skills. So I definitely grew in my public speaking, and I definitely grew in my public speaking both in recruitment for the conference as well as giving the speech itself. So I definitely got out of my comfort zone and was like, hey, have you heard about this awesome conference? What you do on November 20th? And so it helped me to grow for recruitment and for public speaking and the business setting and wherever I might be in the future.
I'm majoring in environmental studies with a minor in creative writing, and one of the goals that I have for myself as an environmental studies major is to be the missing link between the scientific community and the general public. There isn't a whole lot of concrete communication between those groups, and as such a lot of scientific concepts get misconstrued, and a lot of people in the general public don't know all of the incredible things that people in the scientific sphere are doing. And so one of my primary goals for myself during this conference was to find an avenue to increase that communication. We did talk about a lot of scientific issues, but we also talked a lot about social issues. And it's really important to me as an environmental studies major to be able to find a common ground where we can approach those two intrinsically connected topics as one pervasive issue.